Welcome to Overwatch. This time we're going to cover two things pretty damn quickly, so let's get started with the first one. Between the 28th and the 30th I'm going to be in Italy. I'm going to be at the Lucca, or Lucca, I think it's Lucca, Games and Comics Convention, helping us a tournament that's going to be happening there with ESL Italy, and I think it's going to be me and Max doing the English casting for that, Max from Cynical Nerds, and that should be a really good time. It's going to be a bunch of show matches, a couple of pros coming down. They formed up these teams that they're going to be picking from a roster, and then they're going to be playing show matches against each other. There's a little bit of prize money involved for these teams to take part, and it should be just a good time and some good fun all in all. So if you are in Italy and you are attending that convention, don't be afraid to come say hi, and if you want to find out more information about the convention and where you can watch it, go and follow ESL Italy on Twitter at ESL Italy, nice and simple. I think they're also posting details to their Facebook page, so you can go and find it there as well. Otherwise, let's talk about the other big news that happened in Overwatch literally today, literally about 50 minutes ago. A certain website had finished updating. So, A Moment in Crime has been running for like the last 2 months with a slowly rising countdown. And that countdown literally finished up about 50 minutes ago from when I'm recording this, and the internet has gone nuts looking for Sombra clues. A little bit too nuts, if you ask me. There's a lot of things that have been dredged up that have basically been dredged up before and discredited. A couple of them, like I've looked at, and it's like, hey, wait, this has happened before. Like the old forum post, the Skycoder forum post that got hacked, has been dredged up once more. So it's all a little bit circuitous right now. Now, the big thing in this is that there is a patch note. So first and foremost, let's talk about A Moment in Crime. So when that updated, it came up with a new message that said, Bastion has been hacked. Basically, the E54 Bastion unit, which is our Bastion, has been compromised, and as such, we're expecting something with that. But nothing is wrong with Bastion at the moment in the game. We've looked, in the game, we've looked on PTR, the PTR is down right now, so there's nothing really fishy going on with Bastion at the moment. People have also been looking at, Bastion on the Play Overwatch website, they've been looking at Bastion everywhere. Nothing has changed at the moment. But in the source code of the website, there is a patch number. Now that's a patch number for Overwatch, and it's actually not a patch number that we're on at the moment, it's technically a patch number in the future. So in the source code there is a patch number of V1.4.0.2.324 ? And the only digits we're really interested in are the last 5 digits, and those are the ones that really tell us what the patch number is. So this is 324 ? The current Overwatch version is 32374, so we're at least, 26 increments behind. The PTR version, if you're curious, is 31935, so the PTR is technically behind and it's down at the moment. Now to me, what this says is that we're not going to see anything new until we see that new patch, until we see the 324 patch number come into the game. And we're probably still not going to see anything immediate then either. We're going to see probably something subtle, something that the data miners are going to have to go into the game and find and drag out, which, data miners are incredibly good at doing that these days, so expect more then. But for now, honestly, I think it's not really much happening at the moment. And that kind of makes me a bit sad, right? Because we've got a countdown to, not even a countdown, just a vague approximation of something could be happening in the near future. Now, I wasn't expecting Sombra to be revealed tonight. I wasn't expecting that, because BlizzCon's right around the corner. It'll be a little bit preemptive. But what I was hoping for was 1 or 2 nuggets, maybe, or little bits of information that will flash things out a little bit more for us. And it just makes me a little bit sad that the countdown basically petered out. Like, we've had this for 2 months, right? And people were super excited to get to this countdown, and now it's just and I can't help but feel a little bit disappointed, and I want to know if you guys feel a little bit disappointed by it too. Just, were you expecting more? What were you expecting? What kind of thing were you expecting? I think it's a little bit unrealistic to expect Sombra right now, but I was hoping for a couple of things that would just help wrap everything up. And honestly, that's about it. There's not too much actual news off the back of this, and that makes me a bit sad, because I was basically waiting around today for something big to report on. And there's nothing really there to do so. And it's a little bit of a shame, because the leak happened, the leak's got everyone sort of all fired up, and it looks like the leak is somewhat legit as well. So yeah, like the leak frustrated me, right? Because we had this big ARG, we had this big campaign leading up to it, and then a leak happens and it kind of spoils the surprise, it spoils what's going to happen at the end of it. So I understand that Blizzard's very pissed about that, and it also left me in an awkward position where I want to report on that kind of stuff. I want to, let you guys know. I want to inform the community. It's part of my job to inform you guys about the stuff that's happening in Overwatch. But at the same time, I don't want to do it from dubious sources, and I want to do it appropriately. So yeah, that was a bit awkward for me at the very least. Still, I was hoping for something a little bit more, and I expect a lot of you guys were as well. Hopefully in the coming days we'll see a few more things bubble along. When the next PTR patch hits, I reckon that's when everything's really going to kick off at big style. For now, I'm going to leave the internet to scramble around looking at 1,000,001 pictures that they've already looked at before, and look at codes that they've already looked at before, and maybe something will bubble up. Maybe I've missed something, and maybe when this video is released there'll be tons of new info out, and I've jumped the gun early, but until that happens, and I doubt it'll happen, I'll see you soon. Hopefully I'll see a couple of you in Italy. Toodles.